Hello, guys. Good evening and welcome to this live stream. It's the Super Sunday clash between Arsenal Football Club versus Manchester City. Clash of the Titans. As Arsenal, as Pep Guardiola log on with Mikel Arteta at the Emirates Stadium. Good evening once again. It all depends on where you are watching the stream from. And welcome to ID Talk TV. We'll go In this live stream, we're going to be looking at the tactical play of Arsenal Football Club versus Manchester City. Going into this game currently, Arsenal have played 4 games, won three and lost one. Their only loss so far this season come against Liverpool, the defending champion at Anfield. While Manchester City, on the other hand, have played four, won two, and lost two. Their loss come Their loss comes at the Etihad Stadium against Tottenham Hotspur and away from home against Brighton and Hove Albion. Welcome to the match day live between Arsenal Football Club versus Manchester City. Soon it's going to be kickoff between Arsenal versus Manchester City, and the lineup for these games are available. Let's take a look at the lineup as Arsenal line up in a traditional 4-3-3 formation. In goal is David Raya. The full backs are Julian Timber and Calafiori. The center backs are Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Saliba came back from injury and he makes a start today. The three midfielders are Merino, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice. And the three attacking midfield for us, the three attacking forward for Arsenal Football Club are Noni Madueke, Victor Gyökeres, and Trossard. While for Manchester City, Pep Guardiola have set up in a traditional 4-1-4-1 formation. In goal is Gianluigi Donnarumma. The four defense line are the fullbacks is Roy Kelly and Kuzanov. The center backs are Guardiola and Ruben Diaz. Rodri is the defensive midfielder, while the four attacking midfield for Pep Guardiola are Doku, Tijani Reinders, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva, who leads the team out of the dugout. And up front is none other than the deadly striker, Erling Haaland. The clash between these two has always been tough, as Manchester City Pep Guardiola will be looking for a win over Mikel Arteta at the Emirates Stadium for the fifth match meeting in a row. Mikel Arteta have always had the edge previously ahead of Pep Guardiola. The same fixtures last season in the 2024-2025 EPL season saw Mikel Arteta defeat Pep Guardiola's team by 5-1, and the reverse fixtures ended in a 2-2 draw. And that game actually ended in a chaos. And in this game, as announced by the PGMOL, talking about the Premier League Game Match Official Limited, the referee will be putting on a ref cam on his jersey to actually monitor and get the video footage of every action between Arsenal and Manchester City. It's kickoff between both teams as Arsenal It's kickoff between both teams. Gianluigi Donnarumma taking on Arsenal. It's kickoff. Doku. Arsenal is playing from left to right in the Emirates Stadium as Manchester City is playing from right to left. The game is on at the Emirates Stadium. Declan Rice to David Raya. Raya to Saliba. Saliba back to Raya. And Raya clears. Intercepted. Gyökeres with the ball. Arsenal going on attack to Calafiori. Kasanov. Clearance from Kasanov. The ball ends in David Raya. David Raya to Gabriel Magalhaes. Magalhaes to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Zubimendi. Zubimendi passed the ball to Gabriel Magalhaes. Declan Rice took a long one to locate Noni Madueke, whose control was not quite spot on. It's a throw-in for Manchester City. Arsenal go into this game with three key players injured. Talking about their team captain, Martin Odegaard, is out injured. Gabriel Jesus have been out injured for a very long time and still going through recovery process, while Kai Havertz is also missing through injury. For Manchester City, out injured from this game is Riyad Ait Nori out. Mamoch also is out injured. Kovacic injured. Kelvin Philip injured. And Ryan Shaki all injured. Manchester City, 5 players out injured, while Arsenal, only 3 players are out injured. The game between these two is always very intense, as both teams will be looking at a possible win. A win for Arsenal will take them from the 12th position and second on the EPL table. Currently, on the EPL standing, Arsenal sits second, even as the game just kicked off with 10 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur with goal difference. So, Arsenal, a draw for Arsenal here will keep them in second position, still on 10 points, tied with their North London neighbor, talking about Tottenham Hotspur, while a win for Manchester City will bring them from their current position before the kickoff. Manchester City was on 12th position, and a win for Manchester City would take them to 5th spot with 9 points. Arsenal trying to keep possession of the game. Timber to Saliba. Saliba to David Raya. Raya with a long ball. to Trossard. Trossard to Gabriel Magalhaes. Magalhaes back to Raya. Arsenal are trying to draw out Manchester City into their own half as Manchester City are being careful not to come out. Saliba. Saliba pass was missed by Raya. Nani. Timber with the ball. He looked at Gyökeres. Oh no, missed it. Rianda clears it from Manchester City danger zone. Zubimendi with the ball. Zubimendi last weekend had a very fantastic game against Nottingham Forest as he scored a brace in that particular game. His first goal was actually stunning, and that is what you expect from most midfielders who are actually box to box midfielder. Arsenal are trying to keep possession of the ball. Rice with the ball, Declan Rice with the ball to William Saliba. Saliba to Timber. Timber played a long through one to Noni Madueke, but the Manchester defender was just on time to clear the ball. It's a throw-in for Arsenal. Arsenal begins play with a throw-in. So far, it's less than 10 minutes of play, and Arsenal have been playing the game more with their goalkeeper. Silva dispossessed the ball from Trossard. Now Donnarumma to Rodri. Rodri back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma. It's a throw-in for Arsenal. Do what you do yesterday. What I did hear me, Massey. Whether my volume come out, I had to talk to myself. Cleared by Randers. Haaland to Randers. Arsenal going on a counter. Arsenal going on a counter to Alan. The lead. It's a goal. It's a goal. Helen Allen breaks the deadlock at the Emirates and puts Manchester City in front. It's 1-0. Good to have you, brother. Thank you very much, Joseph Ezekiel. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. What Arsenal was actually looking for in the game actually turned out to haunt them. Arsenal were keeping possession of the ball in their own half, trying to lure out Manchester City out. The only time Arsenal tried to make the attack, they were countered with the pace of Erling Haaland. Oh my God, what a finish. What a finish. You don't expect Erling Haaland to miss this. There was no way Erling Haaland was going to miss this. Erling Haaland breaks the deadlock in the game between Arsenal versus Manchester City. It's 1-0 in favor of Manchester City. Arsenal will be looking at how to come back into this game. Lots of time to play. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Riandas to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz to Kashanov. Kashanov back to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz to Donnarumma. Donnarumma to Kashanov. Arsenal are now pushing out, trying to give them the marking close at Manchester City area box. The interesting thing about these two teams, both at their opening UEFA Champions League match in midweek, and Arsenal traveled to Spain at the San Mamés Stadium, where they defeated Atletico Bilbao by 2 goals to nothing, while Manchester City was at the Etihad. They welcomed the Naples, talking about Napoli, the Italian Serie A champion, and they defeated Napoli by 2 goals to nothing as well. Both came into this game with a win from their UEFA Champions League opener. And it's the game week 5 of the English Premier League. That was missed from Jordan Timber. It's a throw-in for Manchester City. Kelly to throw. Madueke fall deep into the defense line to help. It's quite end-to-end football between both teams. Manchester City are beginning to gain confidence right into the game as they have gained their mojo, haven't secured that first goal. They drew the first blood against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Rodri to Diaz. Rodri to Diaz. Diaz back to Rodri. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the live stream. It's Arsenal versus Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium. City breaks the deadlock through Erling Haaland, and it's 1-0 in favor of Manchester City. Last season, both this club they met at the Etihad Stadium, and Manchester City had an early goal, but Arsenal came back strongly, and the game ended 2-2 at the Etihad Stadium with a lot of physical contact. Indeed, the match between these two is always very physical. The last 4 matches between these two, Pep Guardiola have not actually defeated Mikel Arteta in those encounters. Arsenal have won 2 and they have drawn 2. And what that goes to show In 2023-2024 season at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal defeated Manchester City 1-0, and the return leg that season ended goalless draw at the Etihad Stadium. In 2024-2025 season, Arsenal were 10-men Arsenal played a 2-2 draw against Manchester City at the Etihad, and the return fixtures at the Emirates saw Arsenal thrashed Pep Guardiola Manchester City by 5-1. And now, in the 2025-2026 EPL season, Game Week 5 is where these two actually met for the first of the second meeting in this season. And so far, over 15 minutes played in this encounter is Arsenal 0 and Manchester City 1. Pep Guardiola will be looking to get his first win over Arsenal in the past 2 seasons. What do you think, or what do you make of the game so far? Will Arsenal come back into the game and win, or will Manchester City win the game tonight? Drop your comment down below. Let's have the conversation from there going. And you can also cast your vote in that poll. Will Arsenal win tonight? Yes or no? Who will you favor? If you say yes, that means Arsenal is going to defeat Manchester City. And if it's a no, it definitely means Manchester City will win the game. Arsenal now on attack. Julian Timber with the ball in the edge of Manchester City box, and it's a corner. Arsenal are pressing hard to see how they can come back into the game, and Madueke to take the corner. Madueke to take the corner. It was headed out. Madueke. The referee said the ball is not out. Madueke thought it was going to be another corner. Throwing to Arsenal. Timber Stroh. Saliba with the ball. Zubimendi back to Saliba. Saliba launched a long one. Tried to locate Victor Gyökeres, but the ball ends up with Gianluigi Donnarumma. The last time Donnarumma was in between the stick to face Arsenal was last season UEFA Champions League semi-final, and Gianluigi Donnarumma was excellent for Paris Saint-Germain at that time. And PSG, talking about Paris Saint-Germain, went on to lift the UEFA Champions League trophy. But this season, having fallen apart with Paris Saint-Germain, Gianluigi Donnarumma signed for Manchester City on a 30 to 35 million euro deal, and he signs a 5-year contract with Manchester City. Doku chase, and he got the ball. Julian Timber clears. Saliba with the ball. Merino lost possession in a dangerous place. Erling Haaland to Silva. Bernardo Silva to Riandas. Riandas strike. And it's a save. That was easy for Raya to collect. Quick one from David Raya to Timber. Timber locates Madueke. Good one from Madueke, but the cross locates no one as Manchester City defense line were all over the place. Silva to Doku, Doku to Silva. Silva with the ball to Doku, Doku to Rodri. Rodri change the ball to the other side of the pitch to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz launches a long one for Erling Haaland to chase, but the pass was too much. David Raya with the ball. Raya to Saliba. Saliba to Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Declan Rice. Rice to Calafiori. Calafiori to Trossard. Zubimendi to Saliba. Arsenal keeping calm possession of the ball. Saliba. Gyökeres. A pass for Trossard to chase. Oh no, but the Manchester City defender, talking about Bavdor, actually got there first. And he clears the ball. Arsenal in control of the game again. Gyökeres loses possession to Tijani Rianders. It's a throw-in for Arsenal. Who do you think will win the encounter tonight at the Emirates Stadium? Arsenal or Manchester City? We've always known that clash between those two is not always an easy game, as Pep Guardiola in 4 meetings is yet to defeat Mikel Arteta. And on this ground, Pep Guardiola is yet to defeat Mikel Arteta. Gabriel Magalhaes with the clearance. And out of throw for Manchester City. Gabriel Magalhaes with the ball to Calafiori. Calafiori dispossessed. Manchester City, David Silva into the box, but was headed out by Arsenal defender. Calafiori wins it back. Declan Rice falling deep into the defense line to help. Saliba with the ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Calafiori. Try to locate Gyökeres. Trossard. Calafiori wins a corner for Arsenal. Arsenal to Arsenal have a corner. And it's Arsenal second corner of the game. Nobody was there for Madueke. Nobody. Arsenal through. Madueke is actually doing everything in the right flank to ensure Arsenal get back into the game. But so far, the cross have not connected with anyone. Cleared out by Folding. David Raya with the ball. David Raya launches a long one again. Out of throw for, for Manchester City. It's almost half an hour played in this first half. Arsenal still trail Manchester City. Ellen Allen with the goal for City and is Arsenal nil, Manchester City 1. Who do you think will carry the game? Who do you think will carry the night? Will Arsenal come back into the game? End-to-end football, I must say. Declan Rice launches a long one, try to locate Madueke, and the ball is out for a throw-in. Who am I seeing? Bukayo Saka, Eberechi Eze, all warming up on the touchline. The godson, I see you, brother. We are just catching fun here, man. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. What do you make of this match tonight? Do you see Arsenal coming back into the game as they are trailing Manchester City? But like you know, say this YouTuber, I'm just doing it. This should be my first or second time.
Okay.
I don't know how to invite someone. Godson, I'm trying to see if I can invite you up here. Let's have this share screen. How do I share screen?
Then if you share screen.
Window.
Okay, join me the live.
Yeah, I wanted to bring Godson up so that me and him will be chatting. Before to sweet me. I know Sabi. Okay. Let me see. Go to channel. Pin message. Go to channel. What am I doing? Do I know what I'm doing? Madako got to that. I'm trying to see if I can bring you up. No. Gotsin, I'm trying to see if I can bring you up so that the both of us will just be gisting. It would have been very interesting having you here, man. I know you're watching the game. So far, what do you make of the game? Do you see Arsenal coming back into this one as Manchester City are actually sitting back and trying to ensure they are not the one attacking? They actually lift the ball for Arsenal to be in possession. But whenever they get the ball on a counter, the pace of Silva, Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland could just be good enough to punish Arsenal. What do you make of the game so far? Can Arsenal come back into this one? Ezekiel Joseph. You know Veron now. Veron, they hail you. I know, so if you see that name, you know. Veron, they hail you. What a miss. And it's out for a goal kick. It's Manchester City goal kick. Bro, I'm still trying to see how I can figure this out to bring you up, man. I'm still trying to see how I can do that. Moderate, community moderation. Invite, pop out. Participants. I want to see where to invite somebody. I'm supposed to see it. I'm supposed to see it. Exactly true. I was actually shocked just the way you are. Not to have a Berechese start. You know, sometimes these managers, the way they make selection will make you begin to wonder if what they are actually doing is right. In a very crucial match like this, you have a Berechese and you prefer to start Trossard ahead of Eze. It's really shocking. It's really shocking. Bro, I still dey find out to see how I go invite you come up. Oh. Now I want my to hear your voice. Choose from your video. Why I no sabi this thing now? God, what is this? Exactly, man. Exactly. Exactly. Eze truly knows how to punish Manchester City. Pep Guardiola didn't see all of this. I don't know. As I say, Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta didn't see all of this. Well, he's the manager in charge. He has his tactics intact. Probably he wants to win the game from the bench, knowing fully well that Manchester City will definitely sit deep to play. That for sure he knew. But he want to use Eze as the match winner. I am just thinking. Because so far, it seems Bukayo Saka is back from injury, warming up on the sideline a while ago rather with Eberechi Eze. Those guys might just be the one to turn the match around for Arsenal. Ateta is overwhelmed by the impact of Trossard during the last game.
The assist and the goal.
You might just be right. You might just be 100% right. You know, coming off the bench to create an assist for Martinelli getting the first goal and him getting the second goal, it was something that, you know, sometimes they say you actually how did they usually put that English? You actually is it credit good deeds with I've forgotten the way they used to put that phrase. You are what good deeds with another good trial. So that's just what Mikel Arteta is trying to do at this point in time. But it's looking like it might just backfire for him. David Silva. This should be a yellow card to Bernardo Silva. This should be a yellow card. Of course, the referee got that spot on. David Silva got a yellow card booked. Bro, I tried to actually get you yesterday when the game between Manchester United and Chelsea was going on. I actually tried to get you on a live game, but I couldn't. So today I had to quickly connect my WhatsApp first. That was why I was able to send you that link, because I'm using my laptop to actually watch. So I actually linked my WhatsApp to it immediately before I could send you that link. I know you are a happy man, but I actually saw your post because I've always known you to be a very objective fan. When you're analyzing your game, except you want to banter, you keep banter aside. You actually said something in that your post that if Chelsea were actually complete 11 to 11, Manchester United wouldn't have won that game. Were you actually bantering, or it was just you were stating the obvious? Fast approaching the break. Over 37 minutes play. Arsenal still trail Manchester City. I stated the obvious. I've always known you now. I know you. If you want banter, you know they look back. But the win was actually good for Manchester United yesterday. The win was actually good. I think if only Ruben Amorim will actually capitalize on that confidence for the players, it will definitely be good. It will. But as a Chelsea fan, I was deeply hurt. Manchester City on attack. Doku with the ball, trying to find space, but he couldn't get that space. And Rodri placed it over the bar. It's goal kick for Arsenal. 5 minutes left to play in the first half in the encounter between Arsenal versus Manchester City, as Arsenal still trail City by a goal to nothing. That was for Donnarumma to pick up. But wait. You as a Manchester United fan, you think Amorim's job is safe? You think Amorim's job is safe because he defeated Chelsea? And in fact, let me just state this. It has been a tradition. We all know that Old Trafford is a difficult ground for Arsenal to go and for Chelsea rather to go and play football. But in my opinion, going into that game with how divided and shambolic Manchester United have been in their previous games, it was only very clear to say that Chelsea would have won that game. Chelsea went into this game with all the odds favoring Chelsea, no doubt. All the odds favoring Chelsea. Prior to that game, if you have actually made a combined 11 to pick between Manchester United squad and Chelsea squad to set out your own 11, you will notice that probably only one or two Manchester United players would have been able to make the plays, from the goalkeeping spot down to the attack line. In my preview of that particular Chelsea game, what I did, I made a combined 11, and the two players that actually make my team from Manchester United was Matheus de Ligt and Brian Mbeumo. Every other department, Chelsea were dominating, and football definitely happened yesterday. Robert Sanchez had a field day. Enzo Maresca activated the panic button, and that actually clicked for Manchester United. And if Manchester United were not good, believe me, it would have been difficult for them to even get a goal. But the pressure was much. That I appreciated. In fact, I caught cap for them on that because they actually mounted the pressure and got that first goal. The panic button my manager activated was that he was only trying to see how he can reduce the scoreline because he had already given up on that game that Manchester United will win. But what he was trying to do was to reduce the scoreline in that particular encounter by removing all your creative and attacking players and introducing defenders. And at the end, what happened? Manchester United, towards the end of the first half, also went down to 10 men. And when they went down to 10 men, Adino came in. But to actually tell you that Enzo Maresca did not learn anything from that particular game. When Man U were 10 man down, now the game balanced by numerical value. It was balanced. Chelsea now needed creativity into the game. And what did Enzo Maresca did? To tell you he bottled it. Okay, at this point, you have already introduced so much defenders into the game. What did you need to do at this point? Sacrifice the defenders, bring in creativity into the game. If Chelsea can actually mount more pressure on Manchester United, my manager end up removing Marc Cucurella and also take out Wesley Fofana and bring in Malo Gusto and Tyreek George. Who does that? Was that not a sellout? Enzo Maresca actually bottled it. He sold out that game, and Manchester United got their desired 3 points. They deserved it, and it was a good one. So 42 minutes played in this encounter. A cross from Julian Timber, and the cross connects nobody, but Trossard with the ball. Trossard to Califlori, Califlori to Declan Rice, Declan Rice to Trossard. He finds a cross, a low cross, and Donnarumma was there to actually punch that out. Manchester City trying to keep Arsenal out in order not to get the equalizer before the end of the first half. Kasanov with the ball, and it's a foul. It has been an end-to-end football in this particular encounter. Arsenal kept more of the possession. The passes actually showed that in all angles. Got seen. Bro, how can I get this? How can I get invitation link? How did they used to get that? How did they used to create that invitation link? That's something I need to learn. Cousin Otto have come up for us to add to the conversation. Anyway, if you say just for the time being, probably that would have calmed some pressure off the man. But I know ballers, pundits, and those that have a very good knowledge of the game like you. You actually watch that game, you know that Chelsea actually had Manchester United. They gave them the field day, and Manchester United enjoyed their game. That's crazy, man. Oh man. Arsenal are really keeping possession of this game than Manchester City. Uh, but you're not a big boy, you. You're not a big boy. You go lodge. You go lodge. They watch this match. I mean, you just take a stroll, enter there. You shall say now, I'll let you go there. You shall say now, I'll let you go there because I don't they suspect you. I'm beginning to suspect you. 4 minutes of added time in the first half as Arsenal still trail. Madueke with a strike. Donnarumma with the save. A corner for Arsenal. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I feel you and I get you very well. But I they suspect you, Sha. The pressure is actually definitely more on Manchester City. Headed out by Manchester City defender. Madueke again with the ball. Madueke to Zubimendi. Zubimendi with a cross. Gabriel still keep the game in play. Trossard with the ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Zubimendi. Madueke again with the ball. Trying to beat Kelly. Okay, it's Doku from the left side. It's Doku. The ball is out of play. It's a goal kick for Arsenal. Bro, this is one thing I actually wanted us to do. I don't know, probably maybe Facebook would have been the best place. We should go live on Facebook and do some of this talking. Probably when we look at the review of the EPL matches that went down in this game week 5. You know, the last time I said we should actually go live and talk about this was when the transfer market was on. But that period, I know the time difference and everything. Whenever I say I slept off, I didn't even remember. So far, how did you see the season going forward? Because it's looking like Liverpool is definitely going to run away with the title again. What do you think? Okay, maybe after the game. All right, you're right. Okay, bro. Man, game between Manchester City and Arsenal in recent time have been very tough. And as such, prior to this game, the PGMOL, talking about the Premier League Game Match Official Limited, actually announced that the ref is going to put on a ref cam on his jersey to actually make sure that every action in the game is well pictured. As a result of what went down at the Etihad Stadium last season, when Arsenal came from a goal down and the game ended 2-2 at the Etihad Stadium. So every action in this game is well under control and will be reviewed after the game. Okay. So this time around now, you are just watching without getting to hear the commentary. Watching football is about the commentary. Commentators are always doing a very good job. I know it will be difficult if I'm watching match and the commentary is not there. Wow, to be boring. To be boring. So it's half time. It's half time.
After complete.
And they use this music they're playing here. But we're not supposed to look for how they play this music. Tell and say, guys, they watch matches now.
Now, normal thing for our hotels.
Anyway, like I said before, you are a big boy now. You know, find one Gidankolo. Gidankolo, you know now for KD. Better Gidankolo where dawa dey flow. May you go catch cruise. Definitely, bro. Definitely. I just pray the game plan work for Arteta because keeping Eze to bring him in the second half, to me, I think, well, let me not say it's a mistake already, but Eze ought to have started this game because if you watch how Arsenal have played in this first half, the creativity is not there. Zubimendi, Trossard, their link-up play has not actually clicked. And as such, the connection to Victor Gyökeres has been missing. Madueke on the right side have tried to actually ensure that it brings in the ball. He has actually brought in about 2-3 crosses, but the connection was still not there. Ebrecheze is that one man that is actually missing, and I want to believe that it ought to have been a player that will be behind Gyökeres to give him the passes needed. So far, the first half ended with possession favoring Arsenal 68-32. Passes completed, 263 passes completed by Arsenal against 110 Pep Guardiola Manchester City. Open play crosses, Arsenal had 10 and Pep Guardiola had just 1. And in the game so far, big chances created by both teams is 1-1. Total shot, Arsenal have had 4 shots, while Manchester City have had 3. Goalkeeper saves is 1-1. Corner kicks, Arsenal have played 5 corners, while Manchester City are yet to play a corner in the game. Throughout the first half, Manchester City did not play any corner kick. So total shot, like I earlier said, Arsenal have had 4 attempts on goal, while Manchester City have had 3 attempts on goal. Shot on target for Arsenal is 1, while Manchester City, out of the 3 attempts, have got 2 shots on target. No team has actually hit woodwork. Shot off target is 3 for Arsenal and 1 for Manchester City. Block shot, none. Shot inside box, Arsenal have had 4 shots inside the box, while Manchester City have had 2. It has been a keenly contested first half in this game, and it has been a keenly contested first half in the game, but Arsenal trailed at the Emirates as Manchester City ended the first half 1-0. We hope to see what Mikel Arteta will be coming with in the second half if there will be a way out. Because earlier in the game, we saw Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze warming up on the sideline. Those are the key players that Mikel Arteta will be holding on to ensure that Arsenal actually gets something out of this game. But so far, a couple of games now that Bukayo Saka have been out injured. Do you think Arsenal miss Bukayo Saka? Do you think Arsenal have missed Bukayo Saka for a couple of games since he has been out injured? It's going to be an interesting second half into this game. Definitely, the second half is going to be interesting because one thing is pretty clear here. One thing is pretty clear. While Manchester City will still be trying to hold on to this lead and hoping to get Arsenal again on counter, Arsenal, on the other hand, will be coming all out. But I know they have the defenders that will definitely watch their back. So, at this time, the best defense so far in the league, couple of seasons now, past 2-3 seasons, has been Arsenal. The pairing of William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes has been top-notch, and as such, Arsenal will definitely want to hold their own. They have conceded one goal in the first half, but do you see Arsenal conceding another goal coming into the second half? What will be your take? Drop your comment down below in the comment section. Let's have the conversation on there going. Couple of matches went down earlier today in the Premier League, and the early kickoff played, we saw Bournemouth host Newcastle United at the Vitality Stadium, and Sunderland host Aston Villa at the Stadium of Light. And at the Vitality Stadium is Bournemouth nil, Newcastle United nil. And at the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland was at home to Aston Villa, it ended 1-1. 10-man Sunderland came from behind to draw level against Aston Villa. And the game ended in the Stadium of Light 1-1 in favor 1-1 as both teams actually shared the point. And the late kickoff, which is the last EPL match in game week 5, is currently ongoing. At halftime, Arsenal trail Manchester City by a goal to nothing. Hoping to come back in the second half to see how they will get the game off their slave. So, what do you make of the matches that have actually gone down so far? Bournemouth versus Newcastle United, it ended 0-0. And Sunderland versus Aston Villa ended 1-1. Aston Villa finally have scored an EPL goal this season in game week 5. From game week 1, game week 2, game week 3, game week 4, Aston Villa were yet to hit the back of the net in that particular encounter, in those matches rather. And today, they didn't get the win, which I feel Unai Emery might have been looking for. But they have actually scored a goal finally in this game. So far in the Premier League, Aston Villa opening match was against Newcastle, and the 10-man Aston Villa ended the game 0-0. In game week 2, Aston Villa traveled to the Brentford Community Stadium to take on Brentford and were defeated by 1-0. Aston Villa hosts Crystal Palace at the Villa Park in game week 3 of the English Premier League. Crystal Palace ran riot at Unai Emery Aston Villa, and they got away with a win with 3-0 victory ahead of Aston Villa. And in game week 4, Aston Villa visited Everton at the Goodison Park, and it ended 0-0. And in game week 5, Aston Villa play host to Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. And finally, Aston Villa have scored a goal in the English Premier League 2025-2026 EPL season. What do you think is happening to Unai Emery? Because at this stage of the competition last season, Unai Emery, Aston Villa were actually in the race for top 4. And at such, they actually ended up finishing in 6th position last season. They will be playing in the Europa League. So, what do you think is happening with Unai Emery Aston Villa? Because if we want to look at the players they paraded, they actually brought in Jordan Sancho. They brought in a couple of players. I think it's only Anthony Gordon's they actually sold to Newcastle. And so far, the same players Unai Emery worked with last season, a lot of them are still there this season. What is Unai Emery not getting right? There is no doubt that Unai Emery is a very good manager, but there is something is not getting right. If you know that thing, drop it in the comment section. Let's have the conversation going from there. Uh, so the EPL table after game week 5 with Arsenal and Manchester City playing the last game in game week 5. Currently, as it stands, Liverpool top the chart, haven't played 5, won all 5. They have 15 points, goal for 11, and goal conceded 5 with goal difference of 6. Tottenham Hotspur currently sits second on the EPL standing, having played 5, won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. Goal for 10, goal against 3 with goal difference of 7. They have 10 points, 5 points behind the defending champion, Liverpool. Bournemouth sit third in the EPL table, having earlier played a goalless draw against Newcastle United today, and that took them to third position. Played 5, won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. They have scored 8 goals this season, conceded 5, goal difference of 3, with 10 points. Arsenal are currently trailing Manchester City by a goal to nothing, sit fourth on the EPL table currently, having played 5, draw 3, lose nothing, drew nothing, and should this one ended this way, it means this will be Arsenal's second loss of the season, having earlier lost to Liverpool, the defending champion, in match week 3. Manchester City, if they eventually get the win at the Emirates Stadium, will climb from 12th to 5th on the table, which means they have played 5, winning 3, drew nothing, and lost 2. And definitely, of course, we know their losses actually came against Tottenham Hotspur and Brighton and Hove Albion. Crystal Palace sixth on the table. Chelsea dropped down to 7 on the EPL table with 8 points. 8 is Sunderland, the newly promoted boys. Sunderland definitely are not doing bad at all. And of all the teams promoted this season, I think Sunderland and Burnley have not been doing so badly. I think Sunderland might not drop. What do you think? What do you make of that? In my opinion, I think Sunderland will not drop down to the championship. But then, lots of games still to be played. This is just game week 5, 33 games to go. So we'll see how that will play out. Fulham sit 9 with 8 points, while Everton sit on the 10th position with 7 points. The last 3 in the in the relegation zone, rather, Aston Villa sits 18 with 3 points. West Ham United sits 19 with 3 points. And Wolverhampton Wanderers yet to secure a point this season. They have played 5 and they have lost all 5. I think, in my opinion, this might just be the season that Wolverhampton Wanderers might just drop from the Premier League to the Championship. So far, they don't have any points. They have not drawn any match. They have not actually won any match. Play 5, lost all 5. So, if I want to look into my crystal ball at the moment, yes, you are right, bro. Easy have come in. So, we'll see how this is going to play out. The second half is up and running in this encounter, as Arsenal will be looking for an equalizer before we can definitely be talking about a win. Eze and Saka, that will be dangerous. That will be dangerous. Bro, it seems where you are watching your game is very fast. The second half is up and running for where you did. Because here, while watching now, they are just coming into the stadium, about to kick off the second half. Oh, Saka is on. You're right, bro. Saka and Eze is on. Wow. We are in for a very big 45 minutes in this second half. Let's see if Mikel Arteta's game plan is definitely going to work out. As such, if you have these two guys and you decide to keep them on the bench, God knows for what reason. In my opinion, should Arsenal end up losing this game, blame Arteta, because that is part of the gamble he usually do. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I think that should have been the right thing to do. You saw what Eze played in the last game. Created one assist, right? Or it's in the game before the last one. Created an assist. And you decide to drop him on the bench. That was not right. That was not right. What Trossard did was in Arsenal last game, coming off the bench to provide an assist and score a goal was just normal. Trossard is trying to let you know as a manager that I am good coming off the bench. I am good coming off the bench. That is how I see it. There are players who are game makers when it comes to certain matches. And Eberechi Eze has proven that over time, even while at Crystal Palace. Whenever Crystal Palace takes on the big boys against Liverpool, against Manchester City, against Chelsea, even in their opening game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, you saw what the guy actually does with football. You saw what it does. Absolutely true, bro. You are right. Timber have been actually struggling, trying to hold on Doku. And this season, so far, I think I'm beginning to see a different Doku, because the Doku I have been watching last season, believe me, the guy is, even with his footwork, though he's good with footwork, but his decision when it comes to that final decision making, when it comes to the final thought, Doku is not there. But this season, he has actually upped his game and is actually doing very well. Bro, it seems like I said before, it seems where you are watching is faster than where we are. Your own is faster. Because, yes, second half just kick off. Second half just kick off. This is 45 minutes, 36 seconds. That tell you is kick off. If you can see the timing where you are watching yours, let me just know. Let me see the time difference. How many minutes or seconds different? So the second half of this encounter is up and running. Arsenal have made two changes in the game, with Merino and Madueke giving way for Eberechi Eze and Bukayo Saka. And Trossard is still in there. This is funny. This is funny.
Trossard is still good,
man. Huh?
He's still in the game.
That's what I'm saying. Trossard is still in the game, and you take out Madueke. They missed it. Arsenal on the counter. Bukayo Saka with the ball. To Eze. Gabriel Calaferi to Trossard. Declan Rice to Trossard. Gabriel Magalhaes to Saliba. Zubimendi back to Saliba. Saliba to Gabriel Magalhaes. Magalish to Trossard. Trossard with a cross to locate Saka. And Saka with a cross. That was a brilliant cross. Oh no, it's a miss. Zubimendi with the hit, but he missed the target. Madwako, it be like say your own day fast past my own. Where you are watching, it seems it's faster.
Crispy is a little bit fast.
Okay, Chris, down the pick. I know say Chris Feed are always there ahead.
49 now.
This one did 48-10. Arsenal keeping possession of the ball. Gabriel to Saliba. Saliba to Gabriel. Arsenal driving back to actually drew Manchester City out of the game so they can actually pick them up on a race. Saliba to Gabriel Magalish. Declan Rice to Saliba. Yeah, sure. Declan Rice. Saliba. Since Arsenal bought Zubimendi from Valencia, was it Valencia or Villarreal? From Valencia. Declan Rice has been playing deep-seated number 4 role. Zubimendi on the attack. Trossard. Eze. What a save. What a save. That was a good save by Gianluigi Donnarumma. And exactly the point what we were talking about the other time got seen. That was Eze's strike. And if Donnarumma wasn't a good goalkeeper, that would have gone in, straight into the net. A strong hand, very strong hand. If that hand was not strong, that shot would have gone in. Eze first attempt after coming up for Arsenal. Helen Haaland for City. The ball is out of play for throwing. Timber is having a torrid time marking Doku. It's Doku. Doku. Oh. I think Doku is actually doing a very good job from the right side for Manchester City. And that is because Julian Timber is already on a yellow card. So he has to be extremely careful not to get the second yellow and then sent off. He has to be careful. Slip from Nunes. Trossard with the ball. Zubimendi to Bukayo Saka. Saka shot and it was blocked. Phil Foden clears out the ball. I don't think this is the kind of situation that Manchester City wanted to find themselves in, because the Arsenal attacking front line now is dangerous than what it was in the first half. and no breathing space given to Manchester City. At this point, one would begin to say Manchester City was pretty lucky to have capitalized on that chance they had and Helen Allen slotting the ball into the net. Calafiori, oh no, it missed the pass to Saka. Declan Rice, and Saka was caught for offside. The link-up play between Saka and Eze, having come on from the bench, has been good. Really, Silva, Bernardo Silva, Silva to Nunes. Trossard dispossessed Nunes. Eze brought down. It's a foul. Oh, the ball is still on play. Donnarumma escorted the ball out of play. Diaz, Donnarumma. Timber. Timber crossed and it was blocked by Riley. City, Arsenal through. Zubimendi to Saka. Saka to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Timber. Zubimendi. Declan Rice again to Gabriel Magalish. Magalish to Trossard. Gabriel Magalish. William Saliba. Declan Rice to Calafiori. Trossard. It's a corner. Arsenal gets a corner. Arsenal are really playing the game. City sitting deep, and Arsenal dictating the play. What is missing and what Arsenal need is just that cutting edge in the final third. Declan Rice takes. Blocked. Doku with the ball. And Doku, Arsenal, Manchester City on the counter. Erling Haaland. Raya saved. That was quite dangerous. And that is what as Manchester City game plan is at this point in time. They lift the ball for Arsenal to play. They give them the possession. Take it, we give the possession to you. But don't make the mistake because we will counter you. And that was dangerous. After Raya saved the ball, Eze tried to clear out and was blocked by an Arsenal defender over the bar. It would have been an own goal. It's a corner for Manchester City. And this is Manchester City first corner in the game. Silva, Doku. It was onside. Doku almost find its way, and it's out. The flag was up for offside. Declan Rice, locate Eze. Eze to Saka. Timber, it's a corner. The Manchester City defense line at this point so far have been very calculative, calculating every timing, every pass and timing that Arsenal are coming with in their attack. Arsenal have been dangerous from set pieces this season, but
Haaland.
yet to find their way here. That was a dangerous cross from Saka. The ball just passed Gyökeres. Raya launches a long one again. Trossard. Nunes. Nunes launches a long one out into space and nobody. Arsenal in full control of the game. Declan Rice. Declan Rice. The pressure is piling up for Manchester City. The pressure is piling up for Manchester City, but they are equal. Their defense line so far have been equal to the task. Arsenal corner and Declan Rice to take. Clearance. Arsenal David Raya is just at the center of the field, having a field day. But his long ball went out for throwing. That was inches away from Gyökeres. Wow. Wow. Manchester City are averaging their lowest possession under Pep Guardiola in his career. Wow. Arsenal completely dominate play. Gabriel with the ball. Trossard tries to locate Eze, but he couldn't. Rodri with the ball. Rodri tried to locate Doku. Saka, free kick. Brilliant from Saka, and he wins the free kick. Saka was pushed down. It's a free kick for Arsenal. Really difficult for the Manchester City left back. Talking about Riley. I knew it was definitely going to be very difficult for him to hold on Bukayo Saka. And now he did pretty well in the first half, always trying to stop Noni Madueke from play. And now he's having a difficult time with Bukayo Saka. The pressure is piling. It's a free kick to Arsenal. Over an hour played. Arsenal still trail Manchester City. But Arsenal completely dominating the play. Still trying to still trying to see how they can get that final third, that cutting edge in the final third. Eze with the ball. Try to locate Califiori. Eze to Trossard. Trossard crosses. Headed out. Eze to Saliba. Saliba to Declan Rice. Saliba to Eze. Eze dispossessed. Folding. Guabdor. Redna. Ran across and was headed out by Gabriel Magalish. Riley with the ball to Doku and is out of play. Oh, Saka with the ball. To Califiori. Magalish to Rice. Rice to Saka to Timber. Timber to Saliba. City are really sitting deep inside the game. Really deep. I don't think I've ever watched Manchester City Pep Guardiola playing deep into his own box like this. I don't think so. I don't think so. City are really deep in their own half. Nunes clears it. Manchester City to make a change. Nathan Ake to come in. And which means Phil Foden is coming out for Nathan Ake. More defenders for Pep Guardiola. Phil Foden out. Nathan Ake in. more defending. Arsenal have a lot of work to do to be able to break the Manchester City defense line, as Pep Guardiola have resulted to packing the box, sitting very deep in his own half. Zubimendi to Saliba, Saliba to Gabriel, to Rice, Califiori, back to Declan Rice, Declan Rice to Saliba, Saliba to Timber, to Saliba, Declan Rice, Trossard. That was a good play by Trossard. Declan Rice, miss pass. Doku, Doku. He can't go alone. He can't, but he wins the free kick. Very impossible to go alone. Surrender with over five Arsenal players, about five Arsenal players. There was no way he could go. Four actually, four Arsenal players. The challenge from Timber. Mm.
Arsenal have been so good.
Yeah, sure.
They just needed that finishing.
Yeah.
They have been experiencing near miss to go.
Mm. So far, I don't think the Manchester City fans will be very pleased with the way the team is playing, because some of them will be surprised that they have not seen their team play like this for a very long time. Pep Guardiola playing defensive against Arsenal. It's a foul. Mm. Zubimendi, Calafiori. City have five men in the heart of their center back. Five players. It will really be difficult for Arsenal to break this. And what Arsenal need is one magical moment from a magical player. And the only player I see that can actually do this for Arsenal might just be Bukayo Saka or Eberichi Eze. Either of this player might just be the one holding the key to unlocking the stubborn City defense line in this particular game. It's a free kick for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Zubimendi, Doku, Rodri, Rodri to Bavdor, dispossess again, Saliba, Doku again, Declan Rice, Trossard, mm, Aketlet. It's a corner for Arsenal. 73 minutes on the clock. Arsenal still trailing Manchester City. This is Arsenal ninth corner in the game, as City have only played one corner so far in this game. Declan Rice to take the corner for Arsenal. Donnarumma punches it out. Saka to Zubimendi. Zubimendi crosses in. Headed out by Haaland. Rodri pushes it out. Declan Rice. Switch the play to Saka. Reinders with the ball to Doku. The ball went out of play for Arsenal through. Quick one by Arsenal and was blocked out of play again for Arsenal through. Quick one, Zubimendi to Eze. Eze to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Trossard. Back to Rice. Trossard. Arsenal still trying to see how they can break past the Manchester City defense line. Zubimendi. Timber. Saka. Saka cross. Oh, and was headed wide by Calafiori. At this point, I think Arsenal should actually try something different. Trying to break the Manchester City defense line is looking like a very hard nut to crack. Why not play the shot outside the box? Played it outside the box. Who knows? A deflected pass might just be good. Pep Guardiola taking out Alan to bring in another defensive midfielder. So far, Helen Allen going out and he remains the match winner so far. 75 minutes on the clock as Arsenal still trail Manchester City by a goal to nothing. Donnarumma is booked for time wasting. The acquisition of Gianluigi Donnarumma from Manchester City, I think, is a very good addition to the Manchester City backline as a goalkeeper. Um, this has actually saved Pep Guardiola some sort of, should I call it, unfortunate performance that would have affected his team if Manchester City had stick on to James Trafford as number one choice. But Donnarumma has been fantastic. Gabriel. Gabriel. Zubimendi. Timber. To Saliba. Saka. It's been a very difficult game for Victor Gyökeres. He has not actually had a single chance in this game Sofa. Calafiori. Back to Gabriel Magalhaes. To Saliba. Saliba to Timber. To Saka. Saka tried to break something out from here. To Calafiori. To Trossard. Trossard to Saka. It's a free kick for Manchester City. Donnarumma taking his time. Launches a long one. Easy to Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Saliba. Calafiori. Easy. Easy to Timber. Timber to Saka. Gabriel. A long one. Headed out of play for corner. Matthews.
Donnarumma, I know say you go get card. They don't give a card.
Another one.
No, Donnarumma. He has been delaying.
Your own is slow. They don't give him that card since. He don't dey reach 3-4 minutes.
Okay, waiting be the time there.
This is 79-39.
Okay, maybe my own is my own get down.
Yeah.
I did 76.
I guess right. Because he has been giving that card over 3 minutes now.
Okay.
And you don't come out for Crispy.
Now there I did. I don't miss now.
Okay. Arsenal takes the corner. Cleared out by Rodri.
Loco almost scored.
Saka to Declan Rice to Eze. Rice. Calafiori. And he places it wide. It's a goal kick for Manchester City. Ten minutes left to play in regulation time as Arsenal still trail. City going on a counter. Flag stays down. Randas to Doku. Doku to. Oh, ooh, that was brilliant, but no one to connect. That was brilliant from Doku. Doku is really having a very good time
Very good time.
at that right side with Timber. Riley, Saka, two players down for Manchester City. Hmm. That was a clearance. Manchester City have a player down, and it's Riley. 1-0 to come in. 1-0 to come in for Trossard, I guess.
Or Zubimendi?
Or Zubimendi.
I don't know.
I just guess. That's why I say I guess. Trossard is out. 1-0 on for Trossard.
Okay. Martinelli, what happened to him?
5 minutes left to play in regulation time. To Saka. Saka cross and headed out by Rodri. Mm. And that should be a yellow card. Doku brought down. City have actually defended very well in this game, since that has been the game plan that Pep Guardiola actually came on with. The statistics in this match definitely has been very, very horrible for Manchester City. And like I said earlier, a lot of the City fans will be surprised how how Pep Guardiola have actually approached this game. John Stone for Riley. And Doku for Sevilla. To Bernardo Silva. Sevilla was actually available in the transfer market, but ended up not moving as the right price didn't come. Tottenham Hotspur actually indicated interest for the Brazilian, but the move never actually happened. Savillon offside. Arsenal quick take. to Raya. Raya to Timber. To Saliba. Saliba to Declan Rice. Asana looking to fasten up things in the dead of the regulation time. Declan Rice with the ball. Saliba. Declan Rice. Easy. Saliba. Saka. Gabriel Magalhaes. Declan Rice. Martinelli. Declan Rice. Calafiori. Saka to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Saliba. Saliba to Zubimendi. Rice. Oh, that was a missed pass by Declan Rice. Easy. Easy. Easy is brought down for a foul. Quick play. Gabriel. Pep Guardiola, Manchester City played a different kind of football today. But so far, in as much as it will bring 3 points, I think the manager will be cool with it. Arsenal still trail at 90 minutes. It's up. We wait to see how many minutes added time. 7 minutes added into the second half of the encounter. And Arsenal have 7 minutes to try and make something out of this game. 7 minutes added time. There's definitely going to be a lot of talking points. It's a corner for Manchester City. Lots of talking points. Should Arsenal get an equalizer from this game?
Go! 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 Martinelli, is they okay? You don't bring assist?
Arsenal have gotten the equalizer.
Wow.
Just got to what I was talking about. Should Arsenal will get an equalizer, lots of talking point, as Pep Guardiola will be criticized for negative football.
Wow.
Saka
Wow. 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 Wow.
to Zubimendi, to Waneri rather. Declan Rice.
Wow.
Waneri.
Wow.
Waneri takes into the box. Reinders. Nico Gonzalez. Back to Reinders. Reinders. Dispossessed. Gonzalez. Gyökeres to Saka. Manchester City dropping back again. Eze. Eze with the ball. What a pass from Eze. And Martinelli. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. I said it. If there will be any player that will make an headway for Arsenal, will be Eberechi Eze or Bukayo Saka. And that pass was pretty insightful. What a goal. What a goal. Brilliant. Donnarumma was out of his line, and Gabriel Martinelli chipped the ball over Gianluigi Donnarumma, and the goal stands. It's definitely onside. Definitely onside. That was a brilliant pass from Eberechi Eze. Gabriel Martinelli came off the bench to put Arsenal in front in their Champions League game in midweek before Trossard scored the second to win 2-0. And today, Gabriel Martinelli off the bench again to level up for Arsenal against Manchester City. And this is where Pep Guardiola will be under serious criticism for the kind of football he definitely came to Emirates to play. No one would have expected that Manchester City Pep Guardiola teams will come to Emirates Stadium to play defensive. They pack the balls from the blast of the whistle down to the final minute. And so far, it's 1-1. Eze, Gonzalez to Ake. Ake to Savinho. Savinho to Rodri. Rodri to Nunes. Nunes to Bernardo Silva as we approach the stoppage time. Ruben Diaz to Silva. Rodri. It's a foul. What a pass that was. The goal very much celebrated by Mikel Arteta. But I don't think the result was what Arteta actually was looking for. I know Arsenal would have been looking for all 3 points, but the game becomes so tight and difficult due to the approach of Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. Seven minutes of play is over. And now, all eyes is on the referee. Savinho with the ball. Savinho. Arsenal dispossessed. And Calafiori back to David Raya. It's a free kick for Manchester City.
Baba, for update, the match never finished.
For update. The referee to never end. The searchlight is on the referee. 7 minute added time is up. And the referee take a look at his watch. Arsenal to make a substitution at stoppage time. Zubimendi to make way for Mosquera. full-time score at the Emirates Stadium, it's Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. It has been a crunch encounter in the late kickoff of today's match between Arsenal versus Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium. These two have always have it very tight and lock on whenever they meet. And Pep Guardiola, in the last 5 meetings, still in search of a win against Mikel Arteta. And today, in game week 5 of the English Premier League, it's Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. Goal scored by Erling Haaland for Manchester City early in the first half, as Arsenal left it late in the second half with 90 minutes plus added time before Gabriel Martinelli level up for Mikel Arteta Arsenal. And the game ended at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. I want to say very big thank you for everyone that has been part of this live stream. You guys are the big deal. Thank you very much for always hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Much love, brother. Madwako Godson, Ezekiel Joseph, Diveruski. I appreciate you, bro. One love. Thank you for watching, and catch you in my next stream. Bye.
I'm good.
I go there.